Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Remember to vote in the poll and like and subscribe for revenge on your nemesis. Maybe. Today we're building Space Bounty Hunter Samus Aran. Being the galaxy's premier badass, Samus has a huge kit of weapons, armor, and skills to handle any situation. It also makes her a super weird build for D&D, but I'll be here to guide you through it. Let's start off by figuring out our goals for this build. First, we need all of our weapons and armor, which translates to a couple proficiencies and a bunch of spells. Next, we'll prepare to take out baddies at all times, 0 suit required. Finally, we'll make sure that we can shrink down into a morph ball to fit through vents. For stats, we're using the standard point array from the player's handbook. Roll for stats if you want, there's just a lot of multi-classing here, like more than we've ever done, so be prepared for that. Strength is going to be our number one. Heavy armor is heavy, and we need at least 15th strength to shoulder the biggest shoulders in the galaxy. Charisma after that, it'll cover our spells, which covers some of our fancier weapons, and the girl is intimidating. Dexterity next. When the suit breaks down, we need to be able to kick ass outside of it. Wisdom will follow. We need it for multiclassing, and a bounty hunter has to be able to track people down. Intelligence is on the lower end. She's smart. We just desperately need everything else higher, and we'll dump Constitution. It's more in character than dumping intelligence. We'll kick things off as a variant human. For your feat, grab the tough feat to give yourself plus 2 HP for every level you get. This helps mitigate that low Constitution score, and Samus is quite resilient. Put your free points into Dexterity and Wisdom. We need them both at 13 for multiclassing. Grab Investigation for your skill of choice to help you patch up your low intelligence. And finally, we'll take the Bounty Hunter background to give you Intimidation and Deception proficiency, though we're going to swap out Deception for Survival to track down your marks. We're going to start off with a level of Fighter for proficiency with all weapons and armor, so you can throw on the heaviest stuff you can find. Get 2 skills from the Fighter list. Grab Acrobatics and Athletics because you're nimble and strong. For your fighting style, go for Defense, giving you plus 1 AC while wearing armor. Enjoy Second Wind, letting you heal 1d10 plus your Fighter level as a bonus action once per long rest. This is the only level of Fighter we're taking, so it won't get any better. Now that we have our armor, we need to make sure that we can ditch it. First level monks get unarmored defense, making your AC 10 plus your dexterity and your wisdom modifiers while you're not wearing armor. While unarmored, you can also use martial arts, making your unarmed attacks deal 1d4 plus your dexterity modifier, and you can make an unarmed attack as a bonus action after making a regular attack. Use this if you don't want to be clanking around in heavy armor and failing every single stealth check. Second level monks get some of Zero Suit Samus's movement options. First, you get unarmored movement, which makes you faster when you're not armored up. You also get key points, letting you move even faster with Step of the Wind, so you can dash or disengage as a bonus action, and it doubles your jump distance. Patient Defense lets you dodge as a bonus action, and Flurry of Blows lets you make 2 unarmed attacks instead of 1 as a bonus action. Who needs armor when you have combos? Third level monks can deflect missiles, letting you reduce damage from ranged attacks by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier, and your monk level, and toss it back as a monk weapon, dealing 1d4 with a key point. More importantly though, you can choose a monastic tradition. Way of the Sun Soul gives you some laser beams. Radiant Sunbolts are a ranged attack option that basically extend your unarmed strikes by 30 feet and deal radiant damage instead of bludgeoning. Now there's a kicker here. Unlike most monk features, this one doesn't specify that you have to be unarmored. So if you want to be a little more defensive, you can still fire your laser while wearing heavy armor. Now we need a third class, and it's not even our last one. First level warlocks can learn 2 cantrips. Eldritch Blast will become more important next level. Currently it's a ranged spell attack that deals 1d10 force damage, and you can shoot 2 blasts per round. Take True Strike for some targeting assistance, giving you advantage on your next attack roll. Now this takes a whole action, so it's honestly probably better just to attack twice. It's just in character, so I'm taking it. For your first level spells, Comprehend Languages lets you understand all languages, translating alien text for your benefit. Expeditious Retreat lets you dash as a bonus action for 1 minute, letting you save your key points for more fun things. For your patron of choice, the girl's got alien blood coursing through her veins, and the Great Old One is the most alien pact available. This gives you Awakened Mind, letting you telepathically communicate with creatures within 30 feet of you that speak at least 1 language. This is nice, your voice can get a little muffled in that heavy helmet. Second level warlocks can pick up some Eldritch Invocations. The Grasp of Hadar turns your Eldritch Blast into a Plasma Whip, pulling enemies 10 feet closer to you when you land a blast. This is only once per round, but Agonizing Blast adds your Charisma modifier to the damage of all Eldritch Blasts, letting you do some more damage with the whip. For our fourth subclass, a new record, we'll go for Sorcerer, specifically a Divine Soul Sorcerer. Is Samus an angel? Not really, but I want cleric spells, and I don't want a 5th multiclass. For your cantrips, grab Ray of Frost for an Ice Beam. This is a ranged spell attack that deals 2d8 cold damage and reduces the target's movement speed by 10 feet. Firebolt is a ranged spell attack that deals 2d10 fire damage and ignites flammable objects. Sacred Flame forges a dexterity save of 8 plus your proficiency in your charisma bonus, dealing 2d8 radiant damage on a failed save. And Shocking Grasp works like your taser. It's a melee spell attack dealing 2d8 lightning damage, and it prevents the target from taking reactions. For your first level spell, Guiding Bolt is a big girl laser. It's a ranged spell attack dealing 46 radiant damage on a hit and giving the next person to attack advantage on their attack roll. Take Jump for a high jump, tripling your your jump distance for 1 minute. Finally, you're favored by the gods, letting you add 2d4 to 1 failed saving throw or attack once per day. You're the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. Failure isn't in your nature. Second level sorcerers get a font of magic, letting you spend sorcery points to recover spell slots, making sure that you'll always have those big lasers. For your spell at this level, Burning Hands is a flamethrower, dealing 3d6 fire damage to all creatures that fail a dex save within a 15-foot cone of you. It also does half damage to those that succeed, so you can roast some aliens if you want to. Third level sorcerers get meta magic, letting you augment your spells with some of your sorcery points. A quicken spell takes a spell that normally takes an action to cast and makes it a bonus action, so you can cast and punch in the same turn. Empowered spell lets you reroll an amount of damage die equal to your charisma modifier to make sure that you're hitting as hard as possible. You can also learn second level spells, and we'll go for Enlarge Reduce, but focus on the reduction for a Morph Ball. This shrinks your size by 1 level, making you small, and gives you disadvantage on strength checks and saves, and reduces your weapon damage by 1d4. That might seem bad for combat, and that's because it is, but the Morph Ball is for mobility. Samus isn't kicking Mother Brain's ass as a ball. Enlarge does the exact opposite, so it's much better for combat, though it's not technically in character. Fourth level sorcerers get an ability score improvement, and boy, we're using a lot of different scores. If you want better weapons, go for charisma. If you want to be more nimble out of the suit, go for dexterity. For your spell at this level, Spider Climb lets you move up walls and on ceilings similar to the spider ball, but you don't have to be balled up. If you play Samus in Smash Bros, you might not be used to getting buffs, but I promise it's okay. I wrote this before the last patch and she actually got buffed, so whoops. Fifth level sorcerers get third level spells, and we can grab a missile with Fireball. This deals 8d6 fire damage to creatures that fail a dexterity save in a 20-foot radius, and half to those that succeed. Back over to Monk now. Fourth level monks get Slow Fall, letting you reduce fall damage by 5 times your monk level as a reaction. For your ability score improvement, grab some dexterity or charisma, however you want to play your Samus, zero suit or suited up. Fifth level monks get an extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks instead of 1 as an action. You also have another paralyzing option with Stunning Strike. This lets you spend a key point when you hit a target with a melee attack, forcing a constitution save of 8 plus your proficiency in your wisdom modifier. Failing that, the target is stunned until the end of your next turn, giving you and everyone else advantage on attacks against them. So, stun, then get the combo started. It can be really annoying for the enemy. Your unarmed strikes are also dealing 1d6 now, so this is a pretty good level. 6th level monks get key empowered strikes, making your unarmed strikes magical in terms of overcoming resistances. You also get Searing Arc Strike, letting you cast Burning Hands by spending 2 key points. We already explained that in Sorcerer level 2, go back there if you don't remember. 7th level monks get Evasion, letting you take half damage on failed dexterity saves and no damage on successful ones, so you can dive out of the way of Ridley's Fire Breath. 8th level monks get an ability score improvement. If you've been focusing on dex, invest in charisma and vice versa. Kind of balance yourself out here. 9th level monks get an unarmored movement improvement, letting you run up walls and over water without falling in. You still have to end your turns on solid ground, but this is great for some wall jumping flavor. 10th level monks get Purity of Body, making you immune to poison and disease. This is a godsend. Samus travels all around the galaxy, and it's terrible to fly when you're feeling under the weather. 11th level Sun Soul monks get Searing Sun Burst. This creates a 20-foot radius sphere that deals 2d6 radiant damage to creatures that fail a constitution save against your monk DC. That's the wisdom one. You can also spend up to 3 key points to increase the damage by 2d6 damage each, with the maximum being 8d6, sort of like Fireball. Our capstone will be the 12th level of monk, giving us an ability score improvement. Again, kind of go for what you want here. Dexterity or charisma would be the best things, but wisdom would also be useful. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how good of a build this is. First, you've really got a great variety of damage types: bludgeoning, force, radiant, fire, and more. You're also set up to handle ranged or close quarters combat with punching for melee fights and lasers for distance. Finally, you've got some nice utility spells to help you move around when you're not fighting. The biggest weakness here is an obvious lack of focus. Smash Bros split up Samus and Zero Suit Samus for a reason. A heavy armored living tank and a limber stun gunner don't really gel together super well. There's also a limited number of key points, and that Searing Sunburst can burn through those real quick. Finally, even with the tough heat, you've got pretty low HP, probably hovering just above 100, which is scary at level 20 when baddies have power word kill. But that's assuming they get the chance to attack. Stun your foes and keep them on their toes. Just remember to keep your distance if you have to. There's no shame in playing a zoning character. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe for more. We do 2 videos a week. We've done Nintendo Heroes, let's get some Nintendo Villains. Vote in the poll for King DDD, Ganondorf, or Bowser. Come back on Thursday to break down your mental barriers.